Hello everyone, I'm Ilakkiya and thank you for being here. Today I'm going to talk about motivation theories, a vital topic in management. Understanding what motivates people helps us become better leaders, managers, and even better at motivating ourselves. Introduction. Motivation theories are psychological and managerial frameworks that aim to explain what drives people to act in certain ways, whether it's in school, work, or personal life. Motivation is what fuels our actions and decisions. In the workplace, especially, motivation plays a huge role in improving productivity, encouraging innovation, and ensuring job satisfaction. Even highly skilled employees may underperform if they lack motivation. That's why organizations study these theories to learn how to create environment where people feel inspired and valued. These theories are not just for HR managers. They are tools that help leaders and individuals better understand human behavior. And let us see the types of motivation theories. Motivational theories are generally divided into two broad categories. One is content theory and the other is process theory. Content theories focus on identifying specific needs or factors that push people to act. In other words, what motivates us. Under content theory, we have Maslow's need hierarchy theory, Herzberg's motivation hygiene theory, McClelland's needs theory, Alfred's ERG theory. On the other hand, process theories look at how the mental and emotional processes behind our motivation. Under process theories, we have Bloom's expectancy theory, Adams' equity theory, goal setting theory, and reinforcement theory. Together, these two types provide a full picture what people need and how they go about trying to meet those needs. Understanding both is essential for anyone trying to manage people or improve performance. Let us see content theory. Under content theory, one of the most well-known theory is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's theory suggests that humans are motivated by a hierarchy of five needs arranged in a pyramid from the most basic to the most advanced. Physiological, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and self actualization. He believed people must satisfy lower level needs like food, safety, and relationships before they can pursue higher goals like recognition or personal growth. For example, if someone is worried about job security, they are unlikely to focus on achievements or creativity. This model helps manager understand employee priorities and how to support them effectively. And next, we have Herzberg's two factor theory. Herzberg proposed that workplace motivation comes from two separate groups of factors. One is hygiene factor and the other is motivators. Hygiene factors such as salary, job security, and company policy don't actually motivate employees, but if they are missing, they can cause dissatisfaction. Motivators, on the other hand, such as recognition, growth, and challenging work, directly lead to higher performance and satisfaction. This theory highlights that simply offering a paycheck isn't enough. Also, people also need purpose and appreciations to stay motivated. And third, we have McClelland's theory of needs. McClelland identified three main drivers of motivation: the need for achievement, the need for affiliation, and the need for power. Different individuals are driven by different needs. For example, someone motivated by achieving wants to set and reach challenging goals, while someone motivated by affiliation seeks social connections and group harmony. Those with a high need for power are driven to influence or lead others. This theory is useful in placing employees in roles that suit their inner motivation, enhancing their performance and satisfaction. And at last, we have Alfred's ERG theory. Alfred simplified Maslow's five-tier model into three core needs, that is, existence, that includes basic needs like salary and health, and relatedness, that is about interpersonal relationships, and growth, that is about personal development and creativity. Unlike Maslow, who believed need must be fulfilled in order, Alfred suggested people can be motivated by any needs from different levels at the same time. For instance, someone can seek both job security and professional growth simultaneously. This flexibility makes the ERG theory more practical for real life workplace dynamics. Next, we'll see process theory. It focuses on how motivation works. Under process theory, we have Bloom's expectancy theory. Expectancy theory explains motivation through a three-part belief system. Expectancy: if I put in effort, I'll perform well. And instrumentality: if I perform well, I'll get rewarded. And balance: if I value the reward. And then valence: I value the reward. If any part of this chain is broken, motivation drops. For example, if employees think their efforts won't lead to recognition, they might not bother trying. This theory helps manager identify where employees are losing motivation and how to rebuild that connection between effort and reward. And next we have Locke's goal setting theory. Locke's goal setting theory states that clear, specific, and challenging goals lead to higher level of motivation and performance, especially when combined with feedback. People are more likely to be driven when they know what's expected of them and when they can track their progress. Think of athletes training for competitions. They have concrete targets and receive regular feedback. In the workplace, this means setting meaningful goals and helping employees understand their progress to keep them engaged. And we have Adams' equity theory. Equity theory focuses on fairness. People constantly compare their inputs like effort, time, and skills with their outcomes like pay, recognition, or benefits, and then compare that ratio to others. If they feel under rewarded compared to peers who put in similar effort, they may become demotivated or even reduce their performance. Ensuring fairness across the team in both workload and rewards is key to maintaining a motivated workforce. And at last, we have a reinforcement theory. Reinforcement theory, based on behaviorism, states that behavior is influenced by its consequences. Positive reinforcement, such as prizes or bonuses, encourages the behavior to continue. Negative reinforcement includes penalties or loss of privilege, discourages unwanted behavior. For example, rewarding punctual employees can create a culture of timeliness. This theory is especially useful in setting up reward systems that reinforce desirable workplace habits. In conclusion, content theories explain what motivates people by identifying their needs, while process theory explains how motivation works through cognitive process like expectation and fairness. Together, these theories give us powerful tool to understand behavior, improve performance, and create a more encouraging and productive workplace. Whether you are a manager, teacher, or team member, applying these theory can lead to better outcomes and more satisfied individual. And thank you for listening to my presentation on motivational theories. I hope you now have a clearer understanding of what drives people and how we can use that knowledge in practical ways. Thank you.